going on, air signs? Welcome back to the channel, Elevated Spirits. It's Jazi, your favorite Cali reader. For those of you that are curious, I guess you could say, I would highly recommend checking out the collective message that I recorded and put out yesterday. Kind of explains where I've been, some life updates there. You know, it's not anything long or ridiculous, so just I don't want to keep repeating myself throughout each message. So today is going to be a little bit different. This reading is, I really don't typically do messages that are intended for a specific time frame unless I'm guided to. However, I am doing these ones for each element, and then it's going to be like a collective message, and then towards the end, or I guess you could say towards the middle, I'm going to have separate timestamps for each sign. So some messages for each sign as well. All right. So just doing a little bit different. You'll just kind of like see as I go. I realize it kind of just does too much and takes too much to try to explain it. So I'm gonna just, let you guys see as we flow. All right. So collective message, get the theme for what's coming in, what's going on for air signs in June, coming into June. Today is May 31st that I'm recording this. So spirit for air signs, highest, greatest good, always. What is going on? What they need to know? What energy are they aligning to in June? So we have well-being that came out, as well as trust. So with truth at the bottom. So what this feels like, air signs, is some of you are really being guided to really honor yourself at this time, to really focus on what is ultimately for your highest and greatest good. It feels like some of you, it may be kind of difficult to do. It may be something you're not used to doing, especially as it pertains to, speaking your truth, really honoring how you feel, being honest with yourself as well as others. I feel like some of you, it may take a lot out of you to do this, to, express something. But I feel like some of you are really being guided at this time to, it feels like it's like June is presenting an opportunity to where if you have been putting in whatever, like for some of you, it's like something you've been putting off, whether this is a conversation, whether this is a decision, something that you're being guided to release or let go of or express or have, talk about, whatever that is for you. It's like you guys are really being asked to, to really trust what you're being guided to do at this time, and know that whatever that might be for you, however, it's obviously going to translate different for all of you. But whatever that is, to know that you're protected as you do this, as you really step into your own inner strength. I feel like some of you may benefit by having the reminder that you are stronger than you realize. You are stronger than you may feel at this time. So it's going to be important for you guys as June, as we step into, the summertime season, the season of harvest, that you guys are really focused on ultimately honoring yourself, honoring, your own well-being, what is best for you, what is meant for you, what you need to do, putting yourself above anything and everyone else, and I'm not saying that in a selfish way, but kind of, because, that's kind of required. I'm not saying, but in a selfish way of malicious, I'm not saying in that type of way, but, we ultimately do have to pour into ourselves before we even have it to pour into anyone else, right? It's like, how can I share my, smoothie with you if I drink it all? You see what I'm saying? It's like, how can I let you taste it and tell you how good it is if I, finished it all? It's kind of like, it defeats the purpose, right? So I feel like some of you, that's what June is asking you to do, to really trust whatever it is that you're being guided to do. Whether it's like leaving a relationship, leaving a job, moving, whatever that is. I feel like some of you may not really even be sure at this time what that is for you, but you're being asked to trust the process, to trust what you really don't know, and, trust that the Most High will reveal it at the perfect and divine time, right when you need it the most. You'll know exactly what to do. Okay. Let's see, what else for the air signs? What's going on for them? Ooh, victory. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Card number 28. So some of you may be seeing 28. That could be a life path number. For some of you may be born on the 28th. That was just a couple days ago. The thinking man is at the bottom. So yeah, some of you are definitely coming into a period of things just starting to finally work out for you. Okay, I feel like that's why Spirit is saying you need it, that this is a time to trust, to really trust that things are working out in your favor, because I feel like some of you, I just saw 4 for 4 on the timer. I feel like some of you are so close to achieving something, to accomplishing something, to closing out a cycle, to whatever that is for you. Like I said, it's going to be different for all of you because it is a general reading. So if you are feeling so guided to dive a bit deeper into your personal energy and your situation, you can always feel free to reach out for a personal. But this definitely feels like, you know, whatever this is that you guys are being guided to do, it's on the other side of that is, you know, ultimate victory. It's success. It's, you know, feeling accomplished, finally being able to rest, to relax, to, you know, realize that, like, I feel like for some of you, it's like you don't realize how proud of yourself you're about to be by whatever this is that you're being guided to do. I feel like it's just a matter of you being honest with yourself, you know, and letting that translate outwardly as it needs to. Look, star at the bottom, okay? Wish fulfillment. This is being on your destined path, destiny being at play here, okay? Being on the right path, doing what you need to do, following your, you know, guidance. The guidance is coming from the ethers, the cosmos. It's like guiding you and trusting where that guidance is taking you, even if the path, you know, how this card is kind of like cloudy right here, you know, it's kind of like she can't really see what's out there, but it's like this moon is shining this light, letting her know that, you know, they're shining the light on you, okay? That the cosmos are guiding you. That is like a guiding light, so to speak. And that's kind of what the star energy represents as well. It's like a guiding light, following your north node, following the guidance that is coming from the cosmos, and trusting that it's taking you exactly where you need to go, right? When you need to be there, the steps will fall into place. You know, it's kind of like when it's foggy. I love this analogy because it's always so fitting for this type of message, this type of conversation. But it's like when you're driving in fog, right? What do we typically, if we think about what you typically do when you're driving in fog, we don't really pull over, right? To at least most of us, right? We don't pull over. What we do though is we adjust, right? We slow down, we shift our light beams, we take our time, we're more alert, right? We're keeping our eyes open and we're driving slower, right? All those things, whatever we feel like we need to do, but we just keep going. We don't stop, we keep going. And as we continue to go, we notice that the fog eventually starts to clear. It may be slow in progress, but you know, we keep going. We still keep going and push through, and know that as we keep going, the fog will clear. And you know, that little bit of space that we see of road, of, you know, street or whatever we're driving on ahead of us, you know, we just keep going, and knowing and trusting that the road ahead will continue to be clear and guide us as we keep going. So I feel like some of you are kind of being guided to do that at this time as well. Even if you can't really see, like I said, the steps ahead or exactly what the next step is, just by trusting that as I take one step at a time, the universe will continue to meet me and, you know, provide the steps, the next step as I need it, as I need to take it. That's ultimately leading to, you know, whatever this victory is for you, this success, this completion, this achievement, this accomplishment, you know, whatever that is for you. Okay. And the 28 reduces to a 10. So the 10 represents a brand new start, a brand new beginning, a new life, a new, you know, like a clean slate, a fresh start, whatever that is for you. So some of you, you know, air signs, that's what you're coming into at this time. Okay. So it's like you're being guided to really stay on track, know that, and trust that, you know, this is like holding on to hope that, not even hope, but the belief, the knowing that, you know, the same way we do Amazon, we trust that when we put in our order, we put in our request, we pay for it, right? We trust that you know, that it'll be delivered whenever it's supposed to be delivered. So this is kind of like the same thing, just minus the time frame of when exactly that's supposed to be. So I feel like some of you are, you know, coming into June with, you know, walking into a victory, but it's just a matter of trusting that process up until it actually arrives, trusting that your manifestations are aligning with you at the perfect and divine time, in the perfect and divine ways. Okay. Especially for those of you that are, you know, this has been something maybe on your mind, something that some of you have been really thinking about. This is about trusting your guidance with the crown chakra here. Look, crown chakra and the third eye. So this is, you know, trusting what it is that you're being guided to do. Tied up. This is, for some of you, that this is definitely in representation of a cycle that some of you have been guided to close out with the world underneath that. Okay, this definitely could be with someone that you have a family with, or someone that you have kids with. It's going to be, like I said, different for all of you. But these kind of just messages are starting to come as I'm just looking at the bottom of the decks, because it's energy that we don't see, right? But strength and truth. For some of you, this is again about really speaking into your truth, stepping into your power in such a way that, you know, reminds you that you're stronger than you think you are, okay? And making sure that you're being honest with yourself, that you're trusting your own inner guidance of what it's telling you to do at this time, okay? Especially as it pertains to, you know, leaving a situation or freeing yourself from a situation that you've been overthinking or that you feel stuck or trapped in. You're never stuck or trapped. It's just what your mind is telling you in order to protect you. Okay, let's see. What else for the air signs? What else is going on? So you have the Chariot in reverse. I know y'all saw how that kind of just flipped out like that. King of Pentacles and Ten of Swords. Okay, so for some of you, this is something that maybe was once growing. It was once maybe in alignment, but it's no longer in alignment. Something maybe that was doing really well isn't anymore. Okay, it's like, I feel like some of you are maybe feeling stagnated in a situation, something that you maybe have committed yourself to. Maybe this could be this is like a relationship for some of you, of an individual, someone that is, you know, kind of like the main provider, someone who has, you know, is maybe kind of like setting all the kind of like has the funds and the resources. It's like something, you know, needs to stop. Something needs to end. Okay, it feels like that's, you know, kind of already, the end is already here is what it feels like. We have 2 10s now. Okay, so this feels like something that has already basically completed itself, but it's a matter of kind of like the lag time catching up to this completion, catching up to the closing of this cycle. I feel like some of you know already what this is, what I'm talking about here, but it's a matter of you allowing yourself to just trust, being able to really let it go, close it out for sure, and walk away. Just saw 11:11 on the timer. So, you know, it feels like some of you, this is going to put you back in alignment by you allowing whatever this is to end. I feel like some of you, it maybe was something that was growing, it was moving forward, it was taking, you know, feeling like it was the right thing. And it may have been at that time, but as we continue to grow and evolve and move further on our journey, things, you know, moment to moment, you know, fall away. Moment to moment, it's no longer in alignment, and that's okay. So, but this does feel like, you know, the worst is behind you, and that's why you have victory here, you know, on the other side of you trusting whatever it is you're being guided to do. Some of you, this may be part of your guidance at this time is you know, ending something, and it may seem abrupt, it may seem sudden, especially if it has to do with the, you know, like suddenly quitting a job or suddenly breaking up with someone. It may feel sudden, but I feel like some of you know that this hasn't been in alignment for quite some time, and you just maybe haven't, you know, really trusted. I feel like some of you have maybe had a hard time trusting what you're being guided to do, because it feels like maybe a lot has been riding on that decision. But I feel like for some of you, this is just serving as confirmation that, you know, by you trusting what you're being guided to do, that's ultimately what's best for you. That's ultimately serving your own well-being. You know, you're going to be victorious on the other side of that. Okay, and both these cards, okay, represent victory. So it feels like, you know, like I said, if this, you know, because this is right now in the reverse, this is still in the upright. Okay, so it still feels like that, even though you may feel like this is like you're taking some sort of a loss, or, you know, something that just isn't working, that is part of the process. But you have to know that on the other side of that, you know, you are going to be just fine. You are going to be okay, more than okay. Okay, so let's get an overall outcome. Air signs, Ace of Wands. Okay, I'm gonna get one more just because the way it came out. I just want to make sure there wasn't anything else. Oh, Five of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so for some of you, I feels like some of you, it's like someone's like not, someone's non-committal anyway. Okay, the Fool is at the bottom. So it feels like some of you, something isn't growing because it's like someone doesn't want, it's like someone, whether it's you guys or someone you're dealing with, it's like someone doesn't want to be committed. Even if they maybe started off that way, maybe that's how it's been. It's like something just isn't in alignment anymore, whether it's on your end or someone else's. But it feels like someone is just there, or just, you know, coming around for, you know, for the passion, the sex, you know, whatever that is, just to manipulate your creative energy. Okay, and so I feel like, you know, for some of you, that could be why, if you're noticing that like things are being stagnated or have been stagnated, maybe your money isn't flowing the way it was or the way it needs to, and you're kind of like it's like not making sense, the math isn't mathing. For some of you, that is what this is that someone is just basically kind of draining your creative energy, draining your life force energy. Okay, and so it feels like some of you, you're aware of this, you know this, and so it feels like it's just a reminder here of, you know, letting you know that whatever this is, no matter if it's a job that's draining you, you know, not giving you fair pay, whether it's, you know, a connection, an environment, whatever it is, you're being really asked, you know, coming into June, to trust what you're being guided to do in the situation, to really be honest with yourself. And, you know, if you are guided to speak your truth, if it's obviously safe for you to do so, you know, I would do that as well. But, you know, this just really feels like someone is only here for, you know, the passion, or someone is, you know, going to try to come back or return with only the passion in mind, okay, as a form of manipulation, as a way to, you know, use, you know, that against you in some type of way, or to draw you back in, you know what I'm saying? Like I've had that experience where people that I've disconnected from try to draw me back in with, you know, sexual energy, and it's like, nah, I'm good. Because if I fell for that okie doke, it would definitely do just that. And it's like, I just rather not reopen that cycle and have to go through it again when it's clearly, Ten of Swords, it's clearly over, okay? So let's start with, we're gonna start with Aquarius. Go Aquarius, Libra, Gemini for your message as it pertains to the spread. So let's see, what is the message for Aquarius for the start of June? This message for Aquarius is, whoa, okay. So we have soulmate. So it feels like for some of you, this definitely has to do with someone that you deem as a soulmate, fork in the road, okay? And that could be why some of you are kind of like in this energy of like, you know, maybe like I said, not trusting what you're being guided to do, or kind of being conflicted about it. And that could be because this person is a soulmate. But for those of you that are unaware, or maybe just needed the reminder, thinker, this is something it feels like some of y'all have already have gotten this inkling about, but I'm going to confirm it for you, is that not every soulmate is meant to be your forever person. Okay. Not all soulmates come in the form of romance, right? Soulmates can show up in the form of friends, strangers, spouses, siblings, relatives. It doesn't matter. Soulmates come in all different shapes and forms, and they're not all meant to stay in your life forever. So I feel like for some of you, that could be why you're kind of conflicted. For those of you that we know where that resonates, you may find yourself conflicted in, you know, this situation because this person is a soulmate. However, I feel like some of you needed, like I said, either the awareness, right? Or the confirmation that maybe this person, yeah, they are your soulmate. However, if they're not doing the work, if they're not doing their part, all it's going to do is stagnate your growth. All it's going to do is slow you down. Okay. And it feels like, you know, even if this is maybe just a temporary disconnect, it feels like it's still necessary at this time. Okay. You have to give people room to do their part, you know, energetically. And if they're not willing to do that, then it's up to us to keep moving forward. We can't just, you know, stagnate our own growth because someone else doesn't want to do the work. Okay. So it feels like Aquarius that, you know, it feels like some of you are kind of like in this in-between space of not really knowing what to do, or if I should or if I shouldn't. But I feel like some of you are really being asked to trust what is ultimately best for you at the end of the day, and understand that every soul signed up for their own journey. Like we all have our own, you know, experiences that our soul are meant to have with and without other people. You know, some of it is meant to experience with another person, and some of it we're meant to do on our own and, you know, do it solo dolo. And it feels like for some of you, you know, maybe it feels like this journey with this soulmate has maybe run its course. And so if you're being guided to essentially, you know, move away from this person because it feels like they're only, you know, maybe trying to connect with you or have a new beginning with you just for the passion, just to manipulate the energy, manipulate maybe your energy, they're not wanting to do the healing. They're not wanting to do the work. And that's not going to do either one of you a service. Okay. It's only going to be a disservice to both of you. So it feels like some of you are really being asked to, you know, take this leap of faith and trust what you're being guided to do, and know that on the other side of that, right, is happiness, joy, fulfillment, something you've been asking for, you've been wishing for, but it's going to take for you to take the first step, and the universe will meet you halfway with what you've been asking for. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Aquarius. So let's get into Libra. Let's see what Libra's message is. And then at the end, after I do all of each sign, I'm going to also give you guys a collective ancestor message to close out. All right. So if you guys have benefited or gained anything from this reading up until this point, I trust that you will hit that like button, consider subscribing if you have not. All right. So let's see for Libra. What is the message for Libra coming into June as it pertains to the spread? What is the message for Libra coming into June? Okay, to be fair. Okay. So to be fair. So that's kind of your card, Libra. Card 38, 28, 38. Okay. This is like major, like taking major steps forward, major leaps forward, okay? Some of you may be feeling like you're being blocked at this time, but that definitely feels like it's changing, okay? Like I said, it's like if whatever has been stagnating or not growing, not moving forward, it's like that is coming to an end, okay? It's like the worst is behind you. What's done is done. And the bulk of that has already completed itself. So I feel like it's important for you Libras to know that, you know, things are balancing out in your favor, on your behalf, but it's also important for you, whatever you're being guided to do, is do it the right way. Okay. Do it from a place of integrity, because, you know, the energy you still put out is still what's going to come back to you, regardless of what everybody else does, because what other people do is their karma. How you respond is yours. Okay. Any other messages for Libra? Thinker, card 44. Okay, some of you may be seeing 44444. Maybe a number of significance that may be your age, or maybe a life path number. Okay, any other messages for Libra? Feels like it's time for you guys to really use your logic at this time, Libra. You know, kind of put your feelings and emotions aside in a situation. A message in a bottle. It feels like you guys are getting a lot of messages. It's like your guides and your spirit team are talking to you. They are communicating with you, but I feel like some of you may not be really paying attention to the signs and synchronicities as they are coming to you. So I feel like, you know, coming into June, it's really going to be important for you guys to pay attention to the way the universe and your spirit team is communicating with you. I feel like it's really trying to guide you, but it's important that you know, trust what is coming in. Trust what you feel, you know, deep in your gut, that, you know, is what you're supposed to be doing in a situation. Okay. But like I said, just make sure that whatever you're being guided to do, that you're doing it from a place of integrity, that you're keeping in mind what is best for all involved. And sometimes we like to think that, well, they need me, or I feel like they need me, so I'm gonna stay even though it's gonna stagnate my growth. That's not true, right? Sometimes leaving a person or leaving a situation, an environment, a job, whatever that is, if you see that things are stagnating for you, it's going to stagnate that person or that environment or whatever that is as well. Okay. Because, you know, it's kind of like when people become codependent on us for our energy, for our light, for our healing, for our ideas, whatever it might be, it makes them feel like, okay, well, that'll always be there as a supply. So I don't need to do the inner work to have that for myself, to realize and accept that I can provide that for myself. And as I continue to do so, that will be reflected back to me. So I feel like some of you, you know, may feel like that you need to stay in a situation that's no longer benefiting you, or that you're no longer growing in, because you feel like they need you, you know. And I feel like some of you need the reminder that no, you're only stagnating your growth, but there's too. It's like, me personally, I'm no longer interested in stopping people from learning their lessons, from, you know, closing out their own karmic cycles by me staying around because I think they need me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not helping me and it's not helping them either. So I feel like some of you might benefit from, you know, doing what you know is best as well, and putting your emotions aside as necessary. Okay. So Libra, that's what I have for you. And I would also, Libra, be mindful of people that may be returning, that, you know, maybe you broke up with, or that things, you know, kind of fell apart with. Be mindful of people that are coming back around only to manipulate you through sex, only to use you for your sexual creative energy. Okay. Someone that may be coming back around telling you that they want a commitment, but they cheated on you before, and you don't see any inklings or any signs of change. Don't fall for the okie doke again. Okay. For some of you, it's just a manipulation tactic. And I feel like that's important for someone out there to, you know, to hear, to be reminded of, to be made aware of. That may be a confirmation for some of you. Okay. Please take it as it applies. And if it's not your message, it's not your message. Please don't try to force it to fit. So let's do Gemini. All right. So let's see. Messages for Gemini. This pertains to the spread coming into June. So we have Breathe. Okay. Card 29. Feels like, Gemini, your load is about to get lighter. So Spirit is saying kind of like, get ready. Okay. 28 to the 29. So this is like things are about to, you know, start fixing themselves for you. It feels like balance is going to be restored in some type of way with mending here. That also came out for you. Card 52, which is the card 7. So 7-7. Some of you may be seeing 7-7. You may be a life path 7. Okay. So let's see. Any other messages for Gemini? So what this also feels like, Gemini, is that some of you, if you're being asked to fix something with someone, you know, it feels like it's possible, okay? Thinker also just came out for Libra, and it came out again for you guys, but it's in reverse. So for some of you, this, you know, it may be difficult for you to try to fix something. It's like, it's like maybe you're trying to logic, some of you are trying to logic your way through a situation, and it feels like if that's not working, then that's because that's not the mode of the modality that's needed right now, okay? It's like sometimes we try to logic our way through something that's supposed to be felt, something that's to do with our heart, and it doesn't always work like that. You can't always make sense of things that are meant to be felt. So I feel like for some of you, if you're having a hard time, you know, being logical about something, it may be because you're meant to feel it, to heal it and release it. Maybe some of you are trying to understand something, trying to think about why this happened or what I did wrong. Some of you, if nothing is coming to you, it's not meant for you to maybe understand it on a logical, from a logical place. It may be just something that you're meant to feel as a human and let that energy move through you and, you know, release, because that's what emotions are, energy and motion. So it's not always meant for us to hold on to and absorb and keep. Sometimes it's coming up through us because the energy needed to go somewhere, and it chose our vessel to be felt through, for it to be acknowledged and witnessed and then released. So for some of you, if you're having a hard time trying to understand something, or, you know, trying to fix something, I feel like some of you don't need to try to understand it logically. Some of you just need to allow yourself to feel it and let the emotions arise in you and release it and let it go, okay? Because it's like the universe is trying to work with you. It's trying to, you know, help you. It's trying to build with you, create with you. And I feel like that it's by you holding on to emotions that aren't yours, or energy that is trying to pass through you, it's only going to create blockages. But it's like the universe is waiting for you. The universe is waiting for you to, you know, let yourself grow through what you're going through. Breathe through the tension and let that energy pass, so you're not creating more resistance. And then, you know, allow yourself to speak to the universe, to ask for what it is that you need, ask for what it is that you want, what you need to experience. And, you know, allow yourself to then be guided, you know, through that. Okay. So Gemini, that's what I have for you. Let's close with an ancestor, collective ancestor message from your benevolent ancestors for air signs. So like I said, for those of you where this reading has benefited you all, has helped you in any way, I would trust that you would please like the video, consider subscribing if you haven't, right? All right, so collective ancestor message for the air signs. What would you like them to know? For their highest and greatest good only. Soul awakening and inner wisdom. Interesting. So again, that's so funny. Card 28. Two very totally different decks, but card 28 has come out twice. So some of you, like I said, may be seeing 28, but this also reduces to a 10-10. Okay, so some of you may be seeing 10-10. That could be a number of significance. And 17 reduces to an 8. So self-expression. Okay, with truth here at the bottom. So some of you, this is, you know, it's like some of you are awakening by going within, by taking your time. Some of you are awakening to who you truly are in this lifetime, to maybe the healing that is necessary, the healing that you maybe took on or signed up to heal through your bloodline in this lifetime. Some of you are maybe awakening to that, is what this feels like. Some of you, that could be what the cycle is of why something isn't growing or why something is no longer in alignment, because you've allowed yourself to close out that cycle. And that's bringing some type of an awakening. Some of you are going through a spiritual awakening, okay? It's like showing you, I feel like some of you, maybe this is happening in order to awaken you to your path, to maybe your purpose, your mission. Especially for those of you that have been kind of confused about it, or how do I, you know, what does that look like? What is that for me? The only way you really gonna find that and it be accurate is through the wisdom that lies within you. Okay, it's just a matter of you allowing yourself to give yourself the time and the space to connect to the ethers, to connect to the cosmos, connect to your crown chakra. Okay, and then allow yourself to trust the guidance that's coming through your third eye, because that's where the truth is going to lie. It's going to show you what you need to see, but it's up to you on what you believe, and if you believe that to be true, and then deciding how are you going to express that. How are you going to express your truth? How are you going to speak your truth? What does that look like for you? Okay, so huge reminder here that any answers that you think you need another person to tell you are always within. It's just a matter of you choosing and deciding to take the time to, you know, to get still and connect to that inner wisdom. Ask, set the intention, ask for what it is that you need, ask for the clarity, ask for the guidance, and then allow it to come in however it needs to, without any constraints or expectations on when and how it's gonna show up for you. Okay, so air signs, that's what I have for you. I really hope this reading was helpful. If it was, like I said, I trust that you give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing if you have not, and until next time, you guys, Ali.